Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another anime review. And today I'd like to share my thoughts on episode 7 of Digimon Ghost Game, which still follows the same formula of all the other episodes, but I feel like it did a few better things in this one than the other episodes, and it was hinting towards something that was going to happen, but again sort of subverted our expectations, and well, I'll get into it. So let's start from the beginning. Again, like all the other episodes, it starts out with a character not among our main group of characters, but, you know, an NPC-like character that encounters the enemy Monster of the Week type Digimon, which this week, I'm gonna get the name right, the Monster of the Week Digimon is called Yato Garamon, and it's like this giant bird, and it starts with this guy, the shopkeeper, who is at a pet store, and he's watching over all these birds, and you know, the evil Digimon appears and breaks all the locks and all the birds go free. And this guy, he's like obsessed with birds. And I don't know if he's like brainwashed by the evil Digimon or he's just doing it on his own accord. But he starts working with the evil Digimon to work with like these crows that have these magical powers from the Digimon, freeing all the other birds throughout the city. And it cuts to this little girl, again, another NPC-like character, who has a pet bird, and she's like, oh, this picture got a lot of likes, my bird picture. You just have the bird so you get likes on Instagram or whatever? Like, what's that about? But all the crows are in her room breaking the bird out, and she starts screaming, and, you know, like the screams in this, I will say, there are a little bit of creepy images, especially in the earlier episodes. I go back to Clockmon. I thought that was the first episode. That was definitely the most creepy and most stuff in that one. But this one, with the crows like cawing in the background and just the imagery and the little girl screaming, I mean, that was a little creepy, man. I will admit that. But then it cuts to our friend Gamamon in Hero's backpack, and he's eating his chocolate, which he calls champion. And I got all these great images to show you guys. So, he's eating his freaking chocolate, right, in his backpack, which, I don't know, I would think a Digimon is more like a dog, in that they can't really eat chocolate, otherwise, you know, it doesn't go well with them, and can't some dogs, if they eat chocolate, they die or something, like, they get really bad stomach problems? But anyway, he's eating his chocolate, and he drops some, and one of the crows starts eating his chocolate, and he starts screaming at the crow, and he has, like, little wings himself, so he starts going after the crow, and you know, that was a cute little scene. I think Galamon's great. There's this meme right here. I'm getting bad vibes. Chocolate! You know, Galamon's great. But, and another thing to note, too, is the characters, they all have scarves now. So I wonder if, like, the show's been advancing in real time with us, you know, almost Thanksgiving now. Because they did have the Halloween special episode with Pumpkinmon. But, you know, there's a scene with the three main characters, Hiro, Roly, and Kiyoshiro, and they're all like, oh, we gotta investigate, it's probably a Digimon who's causing all these problems, because of course it is. And Kiyoshiro's like, no, I have things to do, I can't be bothered with that. And Jellymon's like, oh, come now, darling. Like, she calls him darling, and she's like the dominant figure in that relationship, which is kind of funny. And I forgot to mention this in my review last week, but Kiyoshiro, I have mentioned this, that he has like his arm all taped up in bandages, and he was threatening last week, like, oh, you don't want to see me take my bandage off, so what's going to happen when he does that? It's kind of like Moscow with the button from Eden Zero, like, don't push, he's going to push it one day. But this is the shopkeeper, right, who's, I don't know, become a cultist for freeing all the other birds, and there's like 2 or 3 other scenes where he's going to various pet stores and freeing these birds with the crows, and like he goes in posing as a customer, and he just starts picking all the locks, letting all the birds run free, and that's the silhouette there of, let me get it right, Yatagaramon, forgive me if I can't pronounce it right, but there you go. And again, Yatagaramon, which me and Justin been talking about this, like, all the Digimon they face, aside from Clockmon, and Clockmon from the first episode has really been the only evil Digimon, I'd say. All the other Digimon have sort of, oh, we're misguided and we're going to change our ways. Again, this is another ultimate level Digimon. And, well, I'm spoiling a little there. Okay, well, I can show you all of my pictures, but I thought I had one just plain of Yatagaramon. This is like the artwork. There's no actual still from Digimon Ghost Game on Wikimon anyway, so that's kind of lame. But I was enjoying because they were hinting that all 3 of the Digimon were going to team up and battle. Like, I have this still shot here of Angoramon and Gaomon teaming up because, you know, this Digimon appeared to not be a misguided Digimon like the others. and a really mean one. So I thought, all three would, like, team up and possibly have Angoramon and Jellymon finally Digivolve. And they teamed up for a bit using all their attacks. And the animation in this show really is quite good, but I'm still kind of confused as to why, like, the Digimon tamers, right, they all call out their attacks. Like, for example, Galamon's attack is Bear Claw or Brave Claw or something like that, and Hero calls it out, but he, like, pauses, and he, like, looks up, and he has, like, this weird still where he's, like, pauses, shouts it, and it's a weird sort of thing. If you watch the episode, you probably see, because, Galamon Digivolves and gets a new move, and Hero does this weird pause where he calls it out, and it's like, Hero doesn't know his attacks. I think back to the original Digimon with, Greymon with Nova Flare, like, Tai didn't know that attack, but anyway, I thought it was cool how they were all teaming up to attack at first, but it wasn't doing anything, because in this stage, they're just in their rookies, and so far, Galamon's just Digivolved to his champion level, Betel Galamon, and I did like, because he actually got a new form, and this reminds me of Digimon Adventure 2 in the early part of the series where they armor Digivolved, and you had, for example, Vmon Digivolve into Flame Dramon, and then Raydramon, and he had fire attributes and then lightning attributes, and I forget the other Digivolutions. It's been a long time since I've watched Adventure 02. But I like that. So, Galamon, he's battling Yatagoramon here, a flying Digimon. And Galamon Digivolved, he's flying in the air, right? And he's like, I want to fly! I believe I can fly! And he Digivolves into Chaos Galamon, which, again, is another champion level, a stage above Rookie, but a stage below Ultimate, so still weaker than Yatagoramon. And he has wings here. And you see, there he is. That's his regular form with his wings. No match for this guy. But he gets these wings here, and, he's sort of holding his own, but you sort of knew he's still a champion, and there's no match for an Ultimate. And they're doing battle, and then they sort of have, like, a heart-to-heart, and Yatagoramon just flies off. So it's like Yatagoramon didn't even really say anything, because it appeared like they were all going to lose, because Angoramon was lying on the ground like, leave us, kids, we're no match for this one. So it's like, oh, maybe this will be like a two-parter, and then they'll all Digivolve to take him on, but he just kind of leaves in the end, and then all the crows go off of him, and some of the crows go with him, some go the other way, and then the bird with the little girl from the very beginning of the episode returns, and Angoramon, he's like the wise leader of the group, is it's the birds who are caged wish to be free, but the birds who are free wish to be caged. I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but overall, I do enjoy watching this show, but I agree with Justin, because he said the same thing that I'm sort of catching on to now with, they're going up against Ultimate level Digimon. They should be going up against, I'm cool with the Monster of the Week stuff until we get like a big boss where we have to have multi-part episodes to take on a powerful opponent. But to just do the Monster of the Week stuff and you're battling Ultimates with champions, the champion Digimon are never going to defeat an Ultimate. It's just not possible. So I think that, because Clockmon, if you look into all the stats on Wikimon, Clockmon is a champion, right? So they can defeat him. That makes sense. A champion versus a champion. I feel like they should have done that and, had champions as the villain Digimon for the first few episodes, but it is what it is. I'll continue watching, and I have to say, I enjoy the interactions of the characters more so than the battles. Like, I like the cute little moment with Galamon and the chocolate, because even in the battle, he's like, I'm fighting for my champion, he calls his chocolate champion, so I like those cute little scenes. And then Kiyoshiro, who's, I have things to do, and Jellymon, like, no, darling, you gotta help your friends, and, like I said, Jellymon's like the boss of that relationship, but overall, it's enjoyable. It's, these 20-minute episodes. I do hope that we do get, like, the multi-part battles, like, from what I remember from watching the original series, like, the first arc, they're battling Devimon, then they battle, I forget what the hell the guy's name is, he had, like, the Elvis accent, he's, like, the second villain, then they had Myotismon, and then the Dark Masters, Puppetmon, Metal Seedramon, Piedmon, and so on and so on, and multi-part episodes, not like Monster of the Week. The Monster of the Week stuff is fine to get us introduced to it, but I feel like it needs to evolve from that. And I will say that music is still pretty awesome. Like, the opening theme's fun, the Digivolution scene is great, and what I played at the beginning there is the ending theme, which gives me, like, vibes of, like, old school anime for some reason. It just hits hard. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know your thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned tomorrow for my Thanksgiving special, which I have a cool video coming out for that. So stay tuned for that, And also, stay tuned for Saturday for the finale of Let's Go Pikachu. So, thanks everybody. Have a great day.